Like, I fear happy endings might be scared of Matt Rafferty. Not the Axel playing saying please give him back. The thought of picking up a book made me feel sick. Hello everybody and welcome to another reading vlog. As you can tell, we're kind of doing sort of like a mood reading what I read in a week, because I've been out of sorts recently. I've been very unwell and I haven't filmed a reading vlog in a while, so I've kind of been in a book slump-ish. Not a full reading slump, kind of just like a life slump maybe. And then also because I haven't filmed in a while, I thought what best to like ease myself back into like wanting to read more, but also ease myself into a reading vlog, because I haven't spoke to a camera in quite a while. But it hasn't been that long for you guys, obviously. So I thought let's just do a sort of mood reading, what I read in a week, realistically as a full-time working girly, because if you didn't know, I am a full-time working girly. I work full-time, and then I also consider this a second job. Even though it's a hobby of mine, it's also a second job, like with all the editing, the filming and the planning. It's another full-time job basically, but I love it. It's my favourite thing to do. So I'm just going to bring you along over the next week of what I realistically read. But I haven't really got a sort of TBR for this video, because I haven't really got a clue what I want to read. It's a mood reading vlog basically, that's what this is. But I am currently in the middle of Broken Kingdom by Matt Rafferty. Now if you've seen, which I think it's not up yet, but it will be up before this video, is my 24-hour why can't I speak 24-hour reading vlog. You got that in the end, guys. My 24-hour reading vlog. Then I read Broken Fate, which is the first book to this by Matt Rafferty. Obviously they're both rereads for me. I first read Broken Fate 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago, and then 2 years ago, and then I read this last year when it first came out. But early on in this year the first book came out. The first book, can you tell I've not spoken to a camera in so long? The third book came out and I felt like I hadn't forgotten everything. Like I remembered the premise of everything. There was a few little details that I'd missed out, and like doing a reread I've definitely like, it's jogged my memory a bit. So I wanted to do a reread before I went into the third book. So we are in the middle of this. Let me grab my Kindle so we can actually see how far into this we are. Oh, it's on par. It's literally on par. Okay, usually like the Kindle book and the paperback don't match up correctly, but I think because this is an indie published book they usually match up better. But anyway, I am that much way into it. I could just look at my Kindle and it tells me the exact percentage. 33% of the way into this book, and it's like a 550 page book, I think. It's exactly 550 pages. So we've got quite a while to go. We've basically got a whole other book to read before we finish this. But I do want to try and finish it within the next 2 days. I've been reading this already for, I want to say 4 days. 5 days maybe. I think this is my 5th day of reading this. I think this is my 6th actually, I tell a lie. This is definitely my 6th day of reading this. Actually, it could be my 7th. I could be reading this for a whole week. I don't think I have. Where's my fable? So I started it last Tuesday. Yeah. So today I would have been reading this for a week. This is my 7th day of reading this book, and I've only read 180 pages. That's how much I've been slumping. Well, no, I haven't been slumping. It's just because I've been unwell and I kind of recovering, and then I've been like slung back into work and I've just been exhausted. Like I've actually been exhausted and I just don't want to read. Like I pick up my book and I'm just so tired that I just cannot read anymore. And because I've been recovering from like an eye infection, if I like read for too long I get a really bad headache. So I've just been sort of like reading little bits here and there. But anyway, enough of that. But this is what we're reading anyway. I literally love this series with all of my being. The first book was a 5-star for me. When I read this was a 5-star for me. Rereading it though, I don't know whether, I'm not going to re-rate it because I feel like I couldn't give it a positive rating, not a positive rating, but I feel like I couldn't give it like a real rating anyway, because the start of this was kind of like compromised by me not being so well, if that makes sense. So I haven't really been like immersed in the story in any way. I feel like I've just sort of been reading it and I haven't really been immersing myself in the reading, so I couldn't give it like a definite rating anyway, because I feel like it's been compromised by how I was like physically feeling at that time. But I do know at the end there's like a massive twist at the end of this, and I think I remember what it is, but there's a few things in this that I've thought I've remembered, but I've remembered it slightly wrong, so I could be slightly wrong on this as well. But we'll see. Okay, but I want to try and finish this in the next 2 days. I'm gonna try and get a bulk done today. Maybe if we can get like 100, I say a bulk done, we probably finish this in 3 days. Let's be realistic here, Brie. 3 days. But if I can read like 150 pages today, that's my goal, to read 150 pages. If we can do that, I'll be happy. I will be happy. So I'm gonna stop yapping to you guys because this is the longest intro ever to exist. I've got work now in like an hour or two, so I'm gonna do some reading before I go to work. I'll probably do a little bit of reading in work, probably not gonna film anything. And then maybe I finish work at 10 p.m. tonight, so we might or might not do a bit of reading. I'm not too sure yet. We'll see. Reading this, I forgot how much I hated the fucking king. So it's now, what day is it? Tuesday. You'd think doing a weekly reading vlog would help me keep track of the days, but it actually doesn't. I'm still oblivious to what day it is. But it's now officially Tuesday, and it's currently Tuesday evening, as you can probably tell by the horrific lighting and my pajamas. But it's Tuesday and I thought I'd give you a bit of an update. So yesterday we read not as much as I wanted to. I think I said I wanted to read 160 pages, but yesterday I didn't read much before I went to work, and then I read a bit when I was in work, but I didn't read as much as I wanted to in work because I was working in a different house, so I was in like a different environment with new people, a new routine, so I was a bit out of sorts, you know. I didn't really want to be whipping out my phone when I was like with people that I've never met before because I feel like it's a bit rude. But anyway, so yesterday obviously we are reading I Have Broken Kingdom by Mads Rafferty. I am loving this. I am low-key loving this, but we read from page 180 yesterday to 242, so that means we read 62 pages yesterday, which I feel like is good, you know. That's like an hour's worth, well, just over an hour's worth of reading that I got done yesterday, which is good. You know, I wish that I could have read more, but you know, this is a realistic what I read in a week, and we've got to be realistic over here on this channel because, you know, I like to live in the Lululand. I'm literally so tired right now. I'm not even thinking straight. It's currently 10 p.m. and I've literally got home half hour ago. As soon as I walked through the door, I went straight in the shower and I've just set up my camera as soon as I got out the shower and did my skincare. But today we've read quite a bit. We've definitely read over 62 pages today. Yeah, so we ended off on page 242 yesterday. What am I up to today? We're on page 347, so we've read over 100 pages, which is good. I love that. Over 100 pages today. We are 64% of the way through. I'm probably going to do a little bit of reading in bed because Love Island has officially finished. Yesterday was the final. Cash and Tony won, my babies. I'm so glad that Cash and Tony won. Like, and my babies were in the final. Yaz, Tony and Shakira. The fact that that trio was in the final, I loved it so much. But the fact that Yaz came third is insane. Like, Yaz came third. I honestly thought it was going to be Angel and Ty fourth. That was expected. Shakira and Harry third, just for the fact that I didn't think many people would vote for them just because of Harry. I thought it was going to be Yaz and Jamie second, and Tony and Cash were going to be first, obviously. My American queen. But yeah, I'm so glad that they won. But I am also really sad that it's over now. Like, really sad that it's over. But not long and we'll have Love Island on All-Stars on in January or February time, whenever it is. But I'll be in Australia then. Oh my god, I just realised I'm going to be in Australia. How am I going to watch it when I'm in Australia? I'm going to be the other side of the world. I'm going to have to get like a VPN just so I can watch it on ITV. But anyway, this isn't a Love Island review recap thing. We've read over 100 pages today, which is good. So it's going to take me a while to settle down into bed. As you can probably tell, I'm a bit hyped, even though I'm quite tired. I'm a bit wired. But as soon as I pop my melatonin, you girls going to be out cold. So it'll take about, I'll get into bed. It'll take about half hour, 40 minutes for my melatonin to kick in. So within that time, we'll do a bit of reading. And we probably would have read, I'd say 120 pages, 130 pages today, which is quite good. Even though I'm like halfway through this, there's not much of like an update I can give you because obviously it's the second book in the series, so I can't really say much without spoiling the first book. So essentially in the first book it follows Delilah, and she's like a human princess, and her dad, who's the king, has basically been abusing her whole life. Like he's been beating her, battering her. It's horrific. We hate the king, okay? But like one way or another she stumbles into the Fae realm, which has long been forgotten. No one really knows. Well, they're basically extinct. Like all the humans think that the Fae are extinct. But she stumbles upon the Fae realm, which I'm not going to say how, but she does stumble there. Anyway, and then when she gets there she discovers that, you know, the Fae have been hidden all this time. They're trapped basically in a bubble, kind of like imagine the Simpsons movie and they've got the dome put over them, kind of like that situation. And she's basically the key to save the Fae and the whole Fae race. She's basically the key to that. And then in the second book, so Everbroken Kingdom, we're kind of obviously following on from where Everbroken Fate finished, and we've had a lot of things come out. There's a lot of like prophecies, a lot of premonitions. Is that what they're called? I think they're called premonitions. So like Delilah keeps having like these premonitions and these dreams, and there's like, I have read this book but I'm sure there's something to do, her mother is like a big part in this plot, and I can't say what I think her mother is, but like there's something inside my brain that's like, I think that her mother is something, and her mother does play a big part into like the premonitions and how Delilah became what she becomes and things like that. And I think I'm right. But I also know there's a betrayal at the end. I know some of you hate when I say that there's a betrayal, but I apologise. There is a betrayal at the end of this one, but I can't remember who it is, but I think I have an inkling of who it's going to be, and I'm trying to like pick up on little pieces here and there to like see, because it was the first time around I wasn't expecting it, but like this time around I know, I think I remember who it is, so I'm trying to pick up on little pieces, but I can't pick up on any of the pieces. Like there's not many like Easter eggs being dropped, which is kind of a good thing, then like kind of not a good thing, because like I want those Easter eggs. I want to be able to piece them together now that I know, but like I feel like it's even more of a head spin when this betrayal comes, because you're just like, what? I was not expecting that, which is like the best kind of plot twist we need. But these are just like the best. Like if you just love a Fae, like if you love ACTA and you just love like a Fae romance with like prophecies, world building, political intrigue, romance mates, like all those things, if you love all of that, then you will love this. Like this is number two. Like number one is more about like saving the Fae realm, and then in this one I kind of focus a lot on going back into the human lands and focusing more on saving the humans basically, because the king is essentially being a bastard. And I guess this isn't, it's not really a spoiler, but like the main plot of this is like trying to kill the king because he's essentially trying to make an army out of children. So they're like split up into sectors. The world is, well, the human lands. So the human lands are at the top here, and they're split up into sectors, and he's essentially going through to each and every sector and killing off all of the humans, like the adult humans, and then taking all the children, putting them up the mountain and breeding them all to be warriors basically. That's what he's doing. And Delilah has discovered this since going back into the human lands, and she's essentially now just trying to rebel against the king and kill him essentially. That's what we want. We want him to be killed. But along the way Delilah is discovering a lot about herself and a lot about like the prophecy, not a prophecy, but like the premonition and things that she keeps on being sent, and there's like a lot of other side things going on. So I feel like I've just rambled on about nothing. Like nothing I said has just made sense. I know for a fact it hasn't, but it's a good series. You should definitely read it. But I'm going to get into bed now because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I say I'm tired, but like I have ADHD, so as soon as I get into bed my mind's gonna be like 100 miles per hour, but that's when my melatonin comes into clutch. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Hi, can I have a large oh no, sorry. Can I have a large white chocolate mocha, please? That is exactly what I need at 5 AM in the morning. We've got just over 100 pages left of this book and we are finally gonna get it done. Oh my god, I forgot that happens. No. Wait, actually, what's going on? I'm confused. Why did I low-key forget that this happened? The fact, like, the end. Oh my god, I'm like 2 chapters away from the end. Why is this happening right now? Oh my god. Not the Axel saying please give him back. Please give him back, he weeps. Stop. I finished. I have finished. Hello. So it doesn't seem like it's that much later, but I promise you it's a number of hours later from my last clip. I haven't long woken up because I've got a night shift to go into tonight, so I've literally been sleeping for the last 4 hours. Don't ask me how I slept for 4 hours in the middle of the day. I think I needed it. But anyway. It's currently, what day is it? I've slept for so long it feels like another day. It's Wednesday today. No, it's not. It's not. It's Thursday today. Yes, it's Thursday. And I haven't given you an update on anything in the last few days. I've obviously been showing you like me reading and I've done like the whole montage-y things, but I actually haven't given you an update. So I think I last spoke to you Tuesday night and I was going to read a little bit extra in bed, which I did actually read a little bit extra in bed. And on Tuesday I obviously was reading Heir of Broken Kingdom by Mads Rafferty and we read 158 pages. We read from 242 to 400. So we read 158 pages Tuesday, which was definitely needed after the only 62 pages that I read on Monday. And then yesterday on Wednesday we read from page 400 to 424, but obviously yesterday I was working all day. I had a 14-hour shift or 13-hour shift, whatever it was. So the only thing that I read yesterday was when I was on my walk down the beach and I'd only managed to read 24 pages yesterday, and then I was super busy in work. So usually sometimes I can get a few pages in work, like I'll go on the Kindle app on my phone, but yesterday I was so busy in work I did not stop, so I only managed to read 24 pages. And then usually I like to read when I go to bed, but then yesterday I stayed at my mum's house and me and my sister were up till late because it was my mum's 50th birthday, so we were setting everything up for her, like setting all the presents, wrapping all the presents, just setting it up and making it all look cutesy and aesthetic, blowing up balloons, all that jazz. We were up quite late then, so I didn't read anything. But today I spent some time down my mum's house and then you would have seen me come home, get back into bed, and I did a bit of reading in bed and finish this. I wanted to finish this before I had my nap, and I read 188 pages of this and I completed it. I finished it. You would have seen me shed a few tears at the end, and if you've read this then you know why. Just Axel's voice at the end and he's just like, please give him back. I was like, stop, please stop. But like Mads Rafferty is ruthless. She does not care who, like, I was gonna say something but it could be a bit of a spoiler. Let's just say she's not afraid to get rid of some characters, you know? She's not afraid of that. And some very big characters as well, you know? Like I fear happy endings might be scared of Mads Rafferty because I don't know how this is all gonna end. And then after I finished this, so I've already read 118 pages, I went in with, I wasn't sure what to go in with, so I was like, do I just read like a romance? But obviously I've been rereading Air Broken Fate and Air Broken Kingdom, and the whole reason why I'm reading that is so I can read the third book of this. So I thought I may as well just go in with the third book of this, and at least then I'll be up to date with the series. So I went straight in with Air Broken Souls while all of this is fresh, it's ingrained in my brain, and we're just gonna go straight in with this. And I managed to get through, I flew through this. I got up to page 54. I literally, as soon as I put this down, I had some food or whatever I did and put some washing on, and then I got back into bed and I wasn't like fully tired yet, so I thought I'll just pull my Kindle out and I start reading this until I feel tired and my melatonin kicks in and I can go to sleep. So that's what I did, and I read like 54 pages. But one thing I will say, why is this dual POV? All of the other books, okay, have been Delilah's POV, just Delilah's POV. But tell me why we have got Nox and Delilah's POV. The only reason why that would happen, which I've learned from the many fantasy books I have read, is that they get separated at some point. And if that happens, I'm afraid of what's going to happen in this book. Like the only reason like if it goes from single POV to dual POV, the only reason that happens is because they get separated, and not for a good reason. Okay, they get separated because, I don't know, someone gets kidnapped and taken away. I'm stressed. This series is stressing me out, okay? It really is stressing me out. And Mads, I'm sending you my therapy bill after I finish this, because I know it's going to be needed. And I do think that this is just going to be a 4-book series, and this is the 3rd book, so I already know at the end of this we're going to have a cliffhanger and I'm going to be stressed. I really am. But I am enjoying the first bit of this. Obviously I haven't even made a dent in it. I've read like 50 pages, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying having Nox's POV and like seeing his internal monologue and the things that he's thinking, and like seeing the things that he's going through and his like inner turmoil and everything, like just seeing how he's struggling. Maybe that's why we've got his POV, because maybe Mads wanted to show us how he's struggling after everything that happened in the end of this. I mean, I'm clutching at straws right now because I just don't want them to separate. What was that noise? That was scary. Something made a noise. I think it was outside because my window's open. I hope so. I got ghosts in the flat. But anyway, I'm reading this. I'm enjoying it. I might read a little bit more, and maybe not. It all depends because I've got work. Sometimes when I'm on my night shift, I just can't pick up a book, so it makes me feel quite tired. But then other times I like binge a whole book on my night shift. It all depends on the mood. I also have my 24-hour readathon that I need to edit, so I'll probably just end up editing that for most of the night, to be fair. But yes, that's just where I'm at the minute. I'm now gonna love and leave you so I can like go have a shower, get ready for work and things, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow when it's Friday. So hello, I feel like it's been a very long time since I've spoken to this vlog. I have a confession to make. I'm in a book slump, a very big book slump. It's been a week. Yeah, it's been exactly today a week from when I was meant to finish this video. So I last spoke to you, I think it might have been Wednesday I spoke to you. Let me get my notes up. Okay, so yeah, it was Thursday I last spoke to you. And then on Friday, it went downhill from there. On Friday, for some reason since then, I haven't really been able to read anything. I did read Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I did read then. Not a lot, bear in mind, but I did read. And I didn't really film anything because I was like doing stuff when I was reading, and then when I had downtime where I would actually normally read and film, I did not want to read. The thought of picking up a book made me feel sick. I didn't want to read at all. So yeah, this is a very random end to this video. I have no idea how long this video is because I haven't started editing this video yet, so I have no idea how long it is. This could all be of like 12 minutes because I did basically only read Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days that I like showed you off, I think. I don't even know. I have no idea what this video is going to be like, or even if it's... I don't even know whether it's going to see the light of day, to be honest. I think I last spoke to you on Thursday when I finished Air Broken Fate, and then I was going in with Air Broken Souls, and I read 61 pages then. And then on Friday I read 12 pages, and then on Saturday I read 22 pages. I was very busy on Saturday. I went out for my mum's birthday, went out to go watch Moulin Rouge show. Highly recommend Moulin Rouge musical, by the way. And then Sunday I was like, I'm slumping so hard, I need something that like is quick and easy. So I thought I'm gonna go in with The Rom-Commas by Catherine Center. I've never read a Catherine Center book before, so I was like, I'll just pick up The Rom-Commas. It was like 300 pages. I was like, it could be easy to get into. I read 37 pages on Sunday. It's now a week later and I haven't read a single thing. So I don't know where I am right now. So that's basically what I read in the week of last week. We read a total of 494 pages, which isn't my best. I definitely normally read way more than that. I usually read on average 2 to 3 books a week. So yeah, that's not my best. But I did say that this was going to be a realistic what I read in a week, and realistically, this is what's happened. I've slumped, and I've slumped hard. I haven't had a book slump like this since last year. I've been on a really good streak this year, but August, I've hit a wall. I really have hit a wall, and I hope that I come out of it soon. But yeah, there's nothing else I can say other than I wrap this vlog up because it needs to end. We obviously came to the end of the week. There's no more that I can read, but I'm not going to dwell on it any longer. I'm just going to do what I do best when I'm in a reading slump and just carry on reading books until I get out of it, basically. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to push through. Just going to go straight through. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy wherever this reading vlog has become. If you did enjoy it, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know in the comments what you've read this week. Hopefully it's more than me, I hope. But yeah, write it down there also. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, all that jazz. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!